Hello, that is now arrived at the small fishing village of Gourdon, I think it's pronounced. It's spelled G-O-U-R-D-O-N, Gourdon, something like that. It's on the east coast, it's about 6 miles south of Stonehaven, and you're carrying on down the A92, the coastal, the tourist route, the A92 coastal tourist route. Continues down the east coast towards Arbroath, and if you're going up the north way, eventually come up to, well, you'll get to Aberdeen, Stonehaven and Aberdeen. So it's a seaside village, and it's got the one of the really good high rated chippers, which I'll be going to get some tea after all that driving around. So I set off my journey from Dundee, from the V&A Museum, and then I stopped off at Broughty Ferry, Monifeith, Carnoustie, Arbroath, Montrose, and eventually at Gourdon, or Gourdon, Gourdon. I'm not great at pronouncing them, but it's a small seaside village anyway. It's well worth a visit, and the harbour is it's a historic harbour, and that's just up there a bit at the other side of the restaurant, and there's a harbour bar as well. So yeah, it's really nice view of the North Sea. The North Sea goes out, stretches out in the horizon there, and you've got the lovely cliffs that go right down the coast, the east coast. So I'm going to turn this camera around and I'm going to show you a wee bit more of the views. This is my final stop for the tour, for the trip up the A92. So all the sea air now is just giving me an appetite. It's a lovely seaside village. It's a really lovely village. So earlier on it was really warm, but it's now the back of 6. I set off from Dundee about 2:30 and I got here about the back of 6, and it's quite cold now. But this is like mid-March, so the temperature, it just fluctuates quite a lot, but it's still really nice and fresh, and it's nice and clear, and you get the sunset colours reflecting off the water as well, off the sky and the water, you just make that out. So I'm going to head over to the historical harbour and I'll get some more videos for you, okay? Right, so I'm down at the harbour, the historic harbour, and just on the wall, standing on this wee bit of the wall, you can see out that way towards the sunset, the lights, the sunset colours reflecting off the water, and that's the Gourdon in the background. I'm going to get off here before that's better. So yeah, you can get up to there. It's like a wee it's not a lighthouse, not a lighthouse. There is one somewhere, but you can get along there anyway to that end. And that's where all the that's the actual harbour in there. And you've got the village on the background and the horizon. So it sits down on this kind of, it's sea level. I mean, that's the land, the cliffs up there. That kind of Gourdon village sits lower down to the sea level. Seaside village. It's really quite nice. I'll turn this around and get some more footage for you. So this is the actual quayside, the quay here where the small fishing boats will come into. That's like a lighthouse there. It's like a lighthouse tower. It's not really. It's got sort of like a resembles on there. There's another one up there. I passed it when I came in. The navigation lights. Right, so it's sort of going to be getting dark soon, and it's getting on a bit. It's about 6:45 in the evening, and I'm on an early shift tomorrow. So I'm going to get myself along to that fish and chip shop, the Chipper, and I'm going to order myself some nice freshly cooked fish and chips for my tea for the drive home to Dundee. So hope you've enjoyed the little East Coast tour, and I say I would recommend the visit to Gourdon, whatever it's pronounced. It's a wee seaside village anyway. It's a historical harbour as well. As I say, it's well worth the visit. You would go along the A92, which is the East Coast tourist route. If you're coming from Dundee, the way I went, well, you will know if you watched the video. I went through Arbroath, Montrose. You could follow the A92 up, and it's about, say, 6 miles or so south of, before you get to Inverbervie. It's well signposted. You saw the lay-by that I stopped at. You get plenty of signs and warnings before you get to it. And if you go past, you just turn round and come back. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. I like it. It's really peaceful here. Nice and fresh air, off that sea air. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, bye. Thanks.